If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. When Steph Curry went down, the entire Bay Area held its breath. The heart and soul of the Golden State Warriors sidelined. For a team built around his gravity, his shot making, and his leadership, it felt like the end of the line again. And with looming questions about the roster's age, payroll, and long-term direction, it seemed like Golden State was inching toward an uncertain, maybe even grim, rebuild. But then, something wild happened. Something nobody expected. Jonathan Kuminga rose. And he didn't just rise, he exploded. All season long, Kuminga had been labeled a development project. A raw athlete. A future piece, not a now piece. But when Curry went out, Kuminga stepped in and he didn't flinch. He didn't hesitate. He didn't just fill the gap. He changed the equation. What was once a team overly reliant on Steph suddenly had a new spark, a different rhythm, a young engine driving them forward. The former No. 7 overall pick, who'd been caught between G League minutes and spot starts, finally took ownership of his moment and made it undeniable. Kuminga started dropping 20-point games with ease. He attacked the rim like a man on a mission. He defended the opposing team's best scorers. He ran the floor with explosive athleticism, and more than anything, he played with purpose. With Curry out, someone had to step up and Kuminga said, "Why not me?" Coaches noticed. Teammates noticed. The fans, who had once questioned his place in the core, suddenly couldn't get enough of him. Let's talk numbers. During Curry's absence, Kuminga averaged 21 points, 6 rebounds, and nearly 3 assists per game, all while shooting over 52% from the field. That's not just filling in. That's breaking out. He showed improved patience in the half court, better shot selection, and most importantly, the confidence to take over games when the Warriors needed him most. And don't forget, this is a kid who's still just 21 years old. Internally, the reaction was swift. The front office, previously shopping potential trades involving Kuminga to land another veteran star, has reportedly shut down all serious offers. According to sources close to the team, the Warriors now view Kuminga as untouchable, not a trade chip, but a foundational piece. GM Mike Dunleavy Jr. is said to be thrilled with Kuminga's growth and is ready to build around him, not away from him. And this shift couldn't have come at a more critical time. The Warriors are staring down the barrel of a massive financial reckoning. With Klay Thompson's uncertain contract situation, Draymond Green's deal, and the $50 million per year commitment to Steph, Golden State's luxury tax bill is getting harder to justify, especially if the team isn't contending for titles. Ownership has publicly supported spending to win, but even that has a limit. That's why Kuminga's rise is so important. In Kuminga, the Warriors now have a young, cost-controlled star whose ceiling is still rising. That changes everything. It gives them flexibility. It gives them a bridge to the future. And it gives them hope, real hope, that the post-Curry era doesn't have to be a rebuild. It can be a retool, led by Kuminga, Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, and maybe even Kai Sato if the reports of his addition pan out. But let's be real, Kuminga's rise didn't happen overnight. Behind the scenes, he's been grinding. He's been working on his jumper, improving his feel for the game, and most importantly, buying into Steve Kerr's system. There were early clashes. There were games where he looked lost. But now, he looks locked in. He understands where to be, when to cut, when to drive, when to rotate on defense. That's the evolution Golden State was waiting for. That's why they drafted him in the lottery. And his teammates? They've embraced the transformation. Draymond Green recently said in an interview, "Kuminga's figuring it out, and once he fully gets it, the league is in trouble." Klay Thompson praised his physicality and toughness. Even Steph, watching from the bench in street clothes, was reportedly smiling ear to ear seeing Kuminga take command. He knows better than anyone what it takes to lead a team. And he sees it now. Kuminga is ready to carry that torch when the time comes. Warriors fans should be buzzing right now. Because this isn't just a fluke stretch. This is real development. This is a 6'8" wing with elite athleticism, rapidly improving ball handling, and defensive versatility, finally unlocking his game, and doing it on the biggest stage in the absence of the franchise cornerstone. And the best part? He's hungry. He's not satisfied. After one recent post-game win, reporters asked him about his career high-scoring night, and Kuminga responded, "It was cool. But I can do more." That's the mindset you want from your future leader. But let's talk about what this means moving forward, because the impact is massive. With Kuminga asserting himself, the Warriors now have a new dimension to their offense. They're no longer just a perimeter-heavy shooting team. They have a slasher. A paint presence. Someone who can get downhill, finish through contact, and collapse defenses. That opens up the floor for everyone, especially shooters like Klay and Podziemski. And once Curry returns? Look out. The defense now has to pick their poison. There's also the trade market angle. Before this breakout, Golden State was seriously exploring trades to bring in another scorer. Names like Pascal Siakam, Zach LaVine, and even OG Anunoby were floated. But now, the urgency is gone. Kuminga is producing like a star on a rookie deal. That's gold in today's NBA. That's the kind of piece you keep, not shop. Still, the front office isn't done. They know the roster needs tweaking. There's still a size issue. There's still a lack of consistent bench scoring. But now, with Kuminga stepping up, the Warriors don't need to panic. They don't need to mortgage the future to survive the present. Because the future has already arrived and he's wearing number 0. The financial pressure is still there. No doubt. Joe Lacob and the ownership group have tough decisions to make. Do they sign Klay? Do they look to offload salary through trades? Do they lean into youth or chase one last ring with the old core? All of those questions still loom. But Kuminga's rise gives them leverage. It gives them a reason to believe that maybe, just maybe, this isn't the end of the dynasty. It's just the next phase. For the fans, it's been emotional. They've watched this team grow from a lottery bottom feeder to a dynasty. And now they're watching the next generation blossom right before their eyes. Kuminga is proof that the Warriors still know how to develop talent. That even in the face of injuries, salary cap headaches, and aging stars, this team has life. And here's something to remember: Jonathan Kuminga isn't just a good player. He might be a great one in the making. If he continues this trajectory, he could become an all-star within 2 years. He could become the face of the franchise after Curry retires. And that's not just speculation, that's belief, echoed by coaches, teammates, and now, the fans. So where do we go from here? We watch. We wait. And we hope. Because something special is happening in Golden State, and it's not just about Steph anymore. It's about Jonathan Kuminga. It's about the next chapter. It's about renewed commitment in the face of uncertainty. So hit that like button if you believe in Kuminga's rise. Subscribe for more Warriors breakdowns, updates, and breaking stories. And let me ask you this: do you think Kuminga is the key to the Warriors' next championship window? Drop your answer in the comments below.